Hi
You
guys,
just
gals, and
cut it
non-binary
out.
pals. Welcome to Barely Even Friends. I'm here with Gabe, Sean, Michael, and Rosie. We'll be talking about the eviction moratorium and other stuff going on in the U.S. today. So the eviction moratorium is going to be expiring soon, and the Congress isn't doing anything about it. So there's about to be several million people going homeless. So yeah, let's talk about that.
Incredibly based. You know, as a member of the bourgeoisie, there's nothing more that gets my chode going than just thinking about how so many people are homeless, because that just means more profits for me. How about all of y'all?
I don't think 7 million people are going to be homeless. It's not something that's going to
Wait,
happen. Not sustainable.
who the fuck just joined the call?
Craig and somebody else.
Yark. Those are
Who-
robots.
who-
They're robots.
It's an AI
robots.
takeover.
Yeah, we're recording a
robot.
podcast.
Terminator has come true.
No. Who was saying that? Who the hell is this person talking about? Like,
That's me. I'm being facetious.
Oh my god.
you're so bad at it. You sound like
You
I don't
sound like
know.
Mr. Monopoly.
Wait, do I sound like a bad person, or do I just sound bad at
Yeah.
sounding like a bad person?
You did. You were so convincing. You weren't bad at it.
Awesome.
Sorry.
I'm a great actor now. All right. So, anyways, let's talk about how much.
No, you're like too good an actor.
Okay,
It was
look.
too much.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got so
I've heard
confused.
these people, so I know
Can I ask
exactly.
Who is Makan? What is Makan? I want to know that.
It's the bad guy from Homeworld 2.
Is that like a video game?
Yeah, it's a space strategy game where
You're a gamer.
do
I
space
understand.
stuff. Yeah, I'm one of those gamers.
I am a gamer too.
We should make a
Let's
gamer
do it.
union.
Do a gamer takeover. Of the podcast.
Do we have to restart this again?
No.
Wait, why shouldn't gamer get unionized?
Oh my god.
It should be a game. I agree. There's no reason why we shouldn't.
Why shouldn't they?
Oh my god! Listen, okay, look. Do I have to like
Unionize?
get out the cat stick and start hurting cats now? All right, look. So, anyways, homeless people. Okay, they just need to get a job and buy a house and
And get a
Fuck the
suit.
police.
yeah,
They
need
wore
a
student tie. I'm sure they get hired.
Yeah. But
Okay,
no.
I'm so cringe. Sorry, guys. Can you start like from the beginning? Because I'm so cringe. I just feel so bad. I don't want to like. I don't want to. Please.
Are we starting over?
No, it's too late now. All of this is going in there.
All right.
Good
Okay.
content. People like this.
Okay. These are like
Okay, I need
bloopers,
to
except
start.
we're not taking them out.
Pretty much. So
No,
like
you have
everyone's
to
going on
take them
vacation
out.
while a bunch of people are about to go homeless. They
I
kicked
am
out
going
of
on
the house.
vacation
Yeah.
tomorrow, actually. Not actually joking. Actually, I'm going on vacation.
Okay.
Are you gonna go
But
on
I'm not-
vacation to Cuba?
I'm not gonna go to anybody's house that I'm kicking them out of because I don't own a house. So, but I am gonna go on vacation while people are going homeless. But
Yeah.
what
Well,
can you
at least you're not one of the people working for the government doing it.
do? Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think there's gonna be 7 million people. It's just not gonna be like
There's like a lot of there's gonna be a shit ton of homeless people.
people are gonna be in
Oh.
debt. People are gonna be. People are gonna, and a bunch of people are gonna get kicked out, but they're gonna find place. It's not gonna be like. There's no way it's gonna get 7 million
I'm sure
people.
some people will like out of all those people.
Oh
then
yeah, there
there
definitely
will
will be some. It will be some homeless people, but not
Yeah.
7 million.
Well, the thing is though, a lot of the landlords will probably ask for the money they've been like
I
not
mean,
making
even
people
1
pay.
million. Even 1
They're
million
not gonna
homeless
get it.
people. It's
Probably
a
not
lot.
because people are poor.
Even 1 million, I think, is too high. It's not gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, because sorry, like I'm probably not coming through, but I was just gonna say the 1 million thing. Like, even that would be a lot of homeless people. So even if it's like 1 out of 7, it would still be 1
Yeah, I
million.
think
Well,
people.
consider
There's
that there
300
are
million people in America. It's like that
300
many.
million people in America.
there's more. It's like
Um,
50,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
400
Now,
even.
there's
It's essential.
how many homeless people in America?
I
At
don't know.
least 500,000 at any given time. Alexa, how many vacant houses are there in
You have an
America?
Alexa?
I do actually. It's
Yeah,
So
there's
my,
half a million people who are homeless currently.
hold on. I got this. Hold on.
Cuba?
Hold on,
Who
I got
pronounces it
this.
Cuba?
Cuba.
Cuba.
Mike,
Cuba.
close enough.
Cuba for my vacation. I've never been to Cuba.
Cuba. I'm gonna
I
call it
would
Cuba
go.
now.
I would go to Cuba.
Yeah.
There's 3 point. Wait. Okay. Let me see.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I gotta test this out. Let's see if it comes through. Hold on. What do I ask?
There's
How many homeless?
13.9 million vacant houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Man, now you're just ruining my joke. Alexa, how many homeless people are there in the United States of America?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's annual homeless assessment report, as of 2018 there were around 553,000 homeless people in the United States on a given night, or 0.17% of the population. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
I think it did. It's
Thanks
pretty
for your
good.
feedback.
Okay. Now, Alexa, how many vacant houses are there in the United States of America?
Here's something I found on the web. According to truthandcityofiu.org, it is worth noting that, at the same time, there are 18.6 million vacant homes in the country.
A lot of houses.
Interesting.
Okay, that
Census Bureau
is
says
like
there's
that
17
is
million.
extreme.
It's a lot of.
That is,
Right. So I think the big thing is logistics. How are we gonna? You have to move the people to where the houses are.
Yeah, no one wants
Trains,
to live in those shit places.
trains, and cars. We already have a lot of cars.
True. You're too many cars.
Too many. Yes.
More trains, less cars.
Yes. We should have also more buses, less cars.
More buses too. I agree. Public transportation.
Yes.
We can talk
about-
about that. That's a good topic. I like public transportation.
Yes.
yeah, I also think like it's like important to spread out to all these like suburban cities.
Oh,
Spread
yes.
out.
Them,
This is
make them bigger. All
The
the
thing
small
is-
cities.
What do you
The
mean
thing-
spread out?
It's like
Like all the
Degrowth.
small places to grow them, to make them bigger.
that's not
So
really
like
the
it's not
issue.
just one city. Like
Well,
it's
I think cities are
I
more
mean
efficient.
it's like
You can just fit more
it
people.
will help with like putting things closer to each other. I mean like kind of like making it, like if there's like good roads from
The
each
thing,
city.
no, like
Well, America,
suburbs
like,
make it
don't-
worse.
what I've noticed from traveling,
I mean it's a long process.
an-
I'm just
kind
speaking
of
like
a worldly person, But what I've noticed from traveling is that America is very designed around cars. Like, you go to countries in
yeah, I
Europe,
know.
and it's like,
No, I mean I know what you mean. I was just
Yeah, it's much
thinking
less.
if there's like more like modern you drive in America is just like gravel roads and shit. So like highways and all that.
Highways
Get
are
rid of highways.
We need to
Like
build.
in between
Yeah, I think-
cities and like make
Before-
Giant underground trains.
trains is always like a good idea,
I see
and
it,
like
yeah.
they are already being used for
Before
like
the automobile, the U.S.
transporting.
All the U.S. cities were designed around public transportation, and every like major city had a downtown like railway line where all of everyone had access to a train station, or like the trolley cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, trolleys. Yeah. I mean, when I lived in Seattle, they had like a train and stuff.
Yeah.
But I
And
didn't
you-
live
so
downtown.
in
I just
Utah,
lived.
It's just like very old and very slow and just not a very good train system.
Yeah, they just built a new one in my country in Denmark. They just built
Denmark?
they just built a whole new direction for the metro. It's like a subway.
Aren't they
Because
trying to?
it only went from one direction where the other direction it would fork into two, you know? And it was just
Aren't they?
like that.
Aren't they building a tunnel between Denmark and Norway, like an under the sea tunnel between like? Is that something that's going on?
I don't know, I haven't heard of that, but I think that would be wild because
I
it's
think
still pretty
I-
far.
I'm not sure if it's
So-
It
something
would
I'm
be
not sure if I'm making this up or I've heard it somewhere, but
I think then it must be Sweden. I don't know
Sweden?
because Norway is so far compared to Sweden.
Oh, Sweden probably. What I'm thinking, whatever the country is by Denmark. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, it must be Sweden or maybe
yeah,
it's
it's
Germany.
Denmark and Sweden.
Denmark Sweden tunnel.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
bridge.
closer. Yeah, there
They
is a
have
bridge.
one, or they're
No, they're building a
There is
bridge.
a bridge, but
Is
there is
there-
a bridge.
it's a Oresund Bridge. It's called. Or what's the O with the slash?
It's-
How do you
We
pronounce
already
it?
have that. We already have that bridge.
How do you pronounce the O with a slash through it?
Ö. So it's like Öresund.
Oresund.
Yeah.
Are they
Ö.
turning it? Tunnel?
Yeah, but okay. So in Utah, how they dealt with
It's
their
like an
homeless
O and an
issue,
E.
they just
You
gave
can
homeless
also
people
spell
a
it.
house and a social
Ooh.
worker.
That would never
That's very-
work. People, okay? People need incentives to exist. All right? They need incentives to self-actualize.
I do need incentive to self-actualize. I agree.
It's like a dog, okay? A dog will not physically exist unless the dog is given pets. So, this is
Okay.
scientifically proven. I mean, I've never seen dogs do something that wasn't for human attention. So, yeah. Unlike cats,
That's
which
There's a theory I heard of the dogs. They were bred selectively, right,
yeah,
to be friendly to humans. But the theory I got was that this made dogs just like what's the politically correct word for this? Sort of like
Hereditary.
no, just
Disabled.
disabled, like mentally disabled. And this
'Cause-
made it because they were bred to be like friendly, but they also were bred to be like kind of like dumb as well.
We bred them to stay puppy like forever. That's
So
pretty
odd
much it.
dogs are just like actually like mentally disabled.
Yeah, because they're bred to be like puppies.
well,
Yeah.
consider
I
this.
can see
Humans.
that in a way, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Some dogs have been bred, like dog breeding. It's some of them like they've been bred until they can't really exist normally.
yeah, like a lot of this has been really unethical, but people are realizing this.
like I'll admit they're cute, but like it's not worth. You can't torture the dog just so they look cute. They
Yeah,
can't
I
breed.
mean, I would never buy a pet just for like the race that the pet is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen dogs
I would
and
just
these
buy the
bulldogs.
pet if it's like from a what's it called, a shelter. I
Shelter.
wouldn't really care what race this dog is
Breed.
or the cat, you
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah, I
would
mean-
never pay so much money just for this color of fur that you need to brush all the time and hereditary disease. I mean, that
The
is
problem with breeding is that you're breeding for looks, but you're just ignoring everything else.
yeah, exactly. And then at the same time, people are paying so much for this. It's so expensive,
Very
and
unethical.
people are willing to pay. They're willing to pay this huge amount of money for some breeds, especially. That I just think it's insane. I mean, I would never just pay so much more money just because of like how my dog would look, you know?
Yeah. So, so Utah. Okay, Utah is full of fucking Mormons.
I've been to Utah actually.
Yeah. Now, when I say fucking Mormons, I don't mean it like fucking Mormons, but I mean like
Mormons who are
just
fucked. I don't
Mormons.
mean that.
Yeah, but let's
Okay.
just
Thanks for
let's move on from
clarifying.
that. It's full of Mormons. Okay.
Right.
What do they do with their homeless people? They got rid of their homeless people by making them not homeless anymore and putting them in fucking houses and apartments and shit and giving them a social worker.
That makes
Easy
sense.
peasy. It's that simple. That fucking simple. Right? There are 18 million vacant houses in America. There are somewhere on the scale of like 50,000 homeless people currently in America at any given time. We can generally assume that at least 3 or 4 of these homeless people are like part of a family. Maybe
That
10.
is so base, though. That is so base that like they were
Yeah, I mean, there's
willing
really
to
no
do that.
reason for somebody to be homeless. It's
Yeah.
not.
I
Not
mean,
an issue.
think about it. Yeah, because think about it, right? What happens when a homeless person gets hurt? They go to the hospital, they get treated, and because they don't have any money, because they're homeless, and it's hard to get a job when you're homeless.
It's functionally
Eventually-
impossible to get a job as homeless.
Yeah,
What?
you can get odd jobs and stuff like that. That's not an issue.
I didn't catch that.
It's functionally like impossible to get a job when you're homeless because you need an
Oh,
address.
It is impossible.
Yeah, yeah. They,
You need an
also, you
address,
can't-
and yeah,
you
like
can't
to have a
shower,
bank
it's harder to
account.
shower, it's harder to change clothes. It's hard to get a good night's sleep. There's a lot of things that
Bullshit.
are checking against.
Oh yeah,
it's
it was
dangerous
so
at
hard.
night.
Like, how do you cook food when you're homeless? Oh, you need a fucking
Right. I mean, you
campfire or a
gotta
little-
buy restaurant food. I guess that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not good. That's not Gucci.
Yeah, and it's expensive
They have
as
to
well.
preserve the food, so you can only have like cans and like boxes and stuff.
But
You can boil
when were
water
you
and stuff,
homeless?
I'm sure.
If you don't mind me asking, when were you homeless? Like how long were you homeless?
Just a few months, and I lived in my car, so
Uh-huh.
but it was during the fucking like middle of the summer, so yeah. It was probably maybe even a little bit worse at times than being outside. The one good thing is that people bothered me less because I could just roll the fucking windows up and put a bunch of blankets up and no one can see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could like go outside if the car was like in the
And
sun.
I
you
lived
couldn't in the
I
shade.
lived at the library. So I was able to, be on the internet. That way I could actually fall asleep like a human
I think
being.
so. I think
My friend,
I
when
don't
she
know if
was
it's
homeless,
true.
sorry.
So,
My friend when she was homeless, she would go to the library a lot.
Yeah, well, I slept right outside of the library. So I would just be in my car.
She
Same
was
car I've got
in the
now.
day, but they closed at night.
Yeah, well,
wait,
they
so
had
how did you Camel, how
Go
did you stop being homeless? Like what? How did you
my current roommate was homeless with me at the time. He was living in his van, and I go inside to the library because it's nice and fucking cool in there. They've got computers and shit, and I can look for jobs and stuff. And
You can be one of those homeless people who jack off.
no.
Listen,
I'm not
everyone's
that
got to
far
do
gone.
it.
I mean, yeah, someone's got to do it,
Human
but I didn't know
need.
anyone who did it. There were literally dudes who
You
weren't
do it.
homeless who would come in and drink booze sitting next to me. Meanwhile, I'm homeless and
But I always thought for homeless people, I've never been homeless, but what I always thought would be a good idea to like get a gym membership or something, and you get like a shower and shit.
yeah, that's probably a good thing because
There's some that are like $10 a month.
yeah,
like Planet
there's
Fitness or
some
something.
parks
Like,
near where
you
I
need,
live
like, you need a
where
credit
you can
card
go
for
and
it.
shower in
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
parks shower for free. You
Yeah,
just
that-
do it really early in the morning where no one's going to bother you, and you go in. Doing laundry would be an issue, but I was able to because I would just go over to my dad's.
I
He
mean,
kicked
there
me out,
are
but-
like laundro. There are like places you go, you put in $1 or $2,
Yeah.
and you do laundromat. Like
Yeah.
It's called a
and
laundromat.
yeah, laundromats. Yeah, we used to go to them when I was a little kid. I remember. Nostalgic thinking about it, but
Yeah, my ex, he's probably still homeless.
I don't know.
I don't know, like he went offline. So
Is
I don't
he
even know.
from Denmark?
Yeah, he's a drug addict,
Oh no.
and he was very addicted to very like strong things and a lot of things. And when I met him, he was completely hopeless, and he was drinking alcohol and stuff, and he was in the hospital with me. And then uh, he did try to get help, but he ended up like he was homeless before, but he was supposed to like get some kind of like like a place where you can live, like a group home, but he didn't get it anyway. Like, sometimes they don't really live up to the promises.
Yeah,
And
they never do.
yeah, and he ended on the street again. And I remember I was like allowed to leave the hospital sometimes, and he would pick me up, and we would like hang out. And at one point we went to my place, and he was in a really bad place, and I gave him like I had like this really big oversized hoodie, so I gave it to him, and like his clothes hadn't been washed for a very long time, and there was like blood on it, and
Oh no.
he took a shower as well, and and then I let him shoot my um in my apartment while I was watching him, making sure that he didn't pass out or anything. So that was kind of hard to witness, but I mean, I have had friends in these situations before, and I've had this other friend I talked about that also was homeless. And with her, like there were like places I would go with her, like these places where most places they close at night. So like
Yeah, they do.
it's harder to find a place to sleep than it is to find food and shit. So
And
but in the daytime
sometimes,
we would
yeah,
go. Yeah,
yeah.
she would usually
And
like
finding
sleep at a
food
friend's place.
can be an issue too.
Yeah,
Because
of
if you're
course.
homeless, let's say you just
But like
have,
these places, they had food, but it depends if you can get there.
yeah, and let's say you can get there and you get like a box of food. Well, where do you put it?
Yeah.
For me, it was the back seat, and I would just eat all the stuff that would go bad first. So I'd eat all that stuff in like a day, maybe two. The milk would stay good for about 2 days. So whenever I went to the food pantry,
So,
the milk would be gone in 2 days, or else I would have to throw it out. And
but was it because that you didn't get it so often, or was it because it was like far and you had to go there every time?
um, it was once a week, and
Yeah, so you get the
it wasn't
food
too
once a
far.
week and
It wasn't
it's
too far. It was just a couple
hot.
miles away, but it was hot as fuck.
Yeah.
So the milk would go bad real quick.
Yeah, so you get food and you have to have it for a whole week
Yeah.
in heat.
Now
Like,
sometimes this isn't an issue. I had a can opener. I had like several can openers.
Yeah, it's something that's important to always.
yeah.
Yes, extremely. You always have one, and then you have your backup, and then
Well,
you
you
have
want
a
like
knife.
you want
A
Swiss
knife.
Army knife would be ideal.
Yeah, yeah. I had a big knife, like a Bowie knife. I still have it. Actually, it's a K-bar, but my mom's fucking K-bar. Uh,
Yeah, I
uh,
know someone who got permission to have a knife, which is also it looks like a K-bar,
yeah.
but
Like a good
But
I
I would
it
use
Denmark
can be
this
it
and
can
my
be like a fake
hammer.
one.
to get
Yeah, I would
a
use
knife.
this and my hammer to open up a can of food, and it didn't work that well. Um, it kept getting all fucked up. The worst shit I ever ate when I was homeless was canned pork. It was disgusting.
Ew.
It smelled
Ew.
horrible. There was nothing I could do to fix it. Um, but it was calories, so I ate it.
No, I can't eat canned meat at all. anything that's like canned meat.
Look,
That's terrible.
I can eat spam. All right, I can eat
Spam.
spam.
I've never had spam.
What's
It's
that?
kind of gross, but it's also not.
Sort of like I think it's pork, no?
It's like, hold on, I'll just look it up.
I don't like pork.
Spam.
I
I've never
think it
had
tastes too much like meat.
Spam is a brand of canned cooked pork made by Hormel Foods. It was introduced in 1937, and it gained popularity worldwide after its
No
use
doubt.
during World War II.
No doubt.
Yeah, like now nobody uses that. Only very
Yeah,
poor people.
But it's very
It's like a
useful
meme.
if you're homeless
It's like
because you just put it.
cultural.
Yeah, like in Britain, that's what they eat. Like 90% of the time is just
Yeah.
spam.
Well, they're known for having bad food.
uh,
And
But
fish
yeah.
and chips, really. But
well, fish and chips
what
isn't
is
too bad.
speaking of food?
I
what
mean,
is
I know
the-
what it's like to
what
be
is
broke, so like,
Danish food like? What kind of food do you guys have?
oh, I don't like it. No, it's bad.
What's like
Like-
the
Oh my
what's the
God.
traditional
Danish
food?
people, they love just like potatoes, meat, and gravy, you know?
Dude, that's the
And I'm not a
best.
fan.
That's all they
I'm
do.
not a fan of that.
Potatoes
No,
and
not when
gravy
it's
is
like all the
fucking.
time. No, I'm like raised eating vegetarian food and stuff.
You're vegetarian?
Potatoes
Oh, I was
is
raised
good
like
eats.
it. I was raised
Potatoes are
eating vegetarian.
a very versatile food.
Yeah, like when I was when I was living on my own, or
You're
even when
American,
we
right?
just, I am.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
am.
I'm asking you. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm American. You calling me
American?
American? Okay. I see how it is.
You're
Yeah,
a burger,
I'm a burger.
fellow burger.
Yeah, from Burger Stan.
Burger stand.
But yeah, so the best thing in the world is potatoes because you can do so much shit with potatoes. Just chop them up, just put them in the fucking thing, put some butter or oil or whatever, I don't know.
French
And
fries,
just
you
fry
have
'em.
potato chips, you have
Yeah, I've
like
tried to
that.
make potato chips, but I could never do it right. I think I've got you gotta like really fry them.
I mean, look at how thin they are. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing that with machines. Like, you can't slice it that thin normally.
Actually, I mean that's how they were done first. Is someone sliced them real thin, like this.
I guess,
Apparently, the story is
now,
like this guy was serving potato wedges or something, like fried potatoes, and the customer didn't like it. He was like, "These are too thick," so the dude cut them super thin,
yeah, he's
like,
like
transparent.
You think this is too thick? How about this, huh?
And then he's like, "Whoa, this is awesome, actually."
Yeah, and, you know. So it shows picky eating can be good sometimes. I guess I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
Oh,
Potato
it's
chips are,
too much.
Please
It's
stop.
too much here.
Rosie, do you
It's-
just not like potatoes?
No, it's not the potatoes. It's the
What is
rest of it. It's the rest of it. There's like no
gravy?
fucking vegetables. It's always like, and even their salads are so bad. Oh
Our
my God.
our
It's
Danish
like
is
they take like
our Danish is
carrots
Danish.
and carrots and like the cabbage shit
Dude.
and just like make a salad out of that. They just like put fucking
Dude,
seeds in there,
our Danish is
something,
Danish. Is that like a
vinegar or
national
something.
delicacy?
Danish people are just really bad at food, okay? They
I
just
mean,
have
like, the
no
Danish,
taste.
like,
There's no
the-
culture.
Danish
sorry.
are
I'm
Danishes
so
aren't Danish.
judgmental. You can't, yeah,
the baked good Danish, right?
you can't ask me these questions. I mean, I'm just gonna be very
You're-
biased.
You're a representative of your country. You're gonna have to represent
What?
it for it. You have to
No,
represent.
no, I don't
We're all
represent.
American. We don't know anything about the outside world.
Well, all the things I have to say are negative, you know?
About Denmark.
Yeah.
Let's
Like,
talk.
okay, there
Let's
are
talk
positive
positivity.
things.
It is
Let's
what
talk
it is.
positivity.
Positive
Alright.
thoughts.
We're gonna talk positivity.
Yeah.
For instance, broccoli, green beans.
Broccoli is good. Low key broccoli.
It's good. Green beans are
Broccoli is
nasty.
the best. I love green beans.
Olives.
I will eat green
Olives?
beans in any shape,
How about
Olives.
any
olives?
form.
Green beans
Olives
are.
are pretty good. I
Olives.
love olives.
Olives are mad. Olives are mad, but I'll go with
Pineapple
you
on
on
pizza.
broccoli.
Broccoli. Look, I used to hate it. and my mom put some cheese on it, and then I was like, you know what? Yeah, when I was a little kid, you know.
When you cook it, yeah,
I like it.
it
as a
comes
kid.
softer and it's not as like crunchy, but it's still good.
Well, I just didn't like it because it's vegetables, and I didn't like my vegetables back then.
Like you're not
And then I
supposed to like
learned,
But I
yeah,
hate that. You know what? The media is teaching kids that.
It
Okay,
is the
kids
you're right.
don't just
It is the
normally
media.
like
Yeah.
go. They don't normally just think vegetables are bad.
You're right.
Okay, that is fucking weird. Like, why are they
It-
like? I
I'm
don't
telling
want
you,
to
there
have
is.
like a kid, and my kid comes home and they're like, it's broccoli, and I'm just like, dude, you didn't even try it.
Well,
Oh my God, that is
I think there's a
impossible.
big case to be made against these fast food companies who, are advertising to kids. You look at these advertisements and it's like they're killing people. This is, should not be allowed.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
yeah.
part of my authoritarian streak. It's like
I
No,
mean,
gonna
as
ban
a
I
it.
agree.
kid, I
we're gonna ban
had
this,
friends.
and we're gonna ban
I
that, and we're
had
gonna
friends.
ban this bad food that kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because like if we just do away with capitalism and replace it with fully automated luxury gay space communism, then there will no longer be advertising.
Yeah.
The only advertising will be, hey, we're a co-op that does work on
Or
airplanes
maybe
or
like,
something.
so you know where to go.
Yeah, like
Well,
that's
what
about it. But that would be
what
on
these
like
companies
maps.
do is they hack your brain. They
Yeah,
they
they do.
figure out what's the pleasure, like what
They
food
control
is
There's
gonna make your
everything.
brain.
there's
They even control
there's
the
a goopy
internet.
goblin in your brain, and it makes your goopy
Even
goblin go,
the
whoa.
It just
yeah,
like it's a sort of what's the word? It's like it just they just
Propaganda.
they're not advertisements, but not even but like the food, like they take the McDonald's and they engineer it, or they take chips and they engineer it to be as addicting as possible. And it's like
yeah,
this is just kind of taking advantage of people.
yeah. Like what? Yeah, I was saying like even the internet is like controlled by them now. Like
Yeah,
the whole, almost the whole internet is basically
on the
controlled by
plus side,
them.
what is Discord? Discord's free, right?
Yeah,
What are they getting out of
Allegedly.
this?
they have
Um,
They have
their
Nitro.
but they're also probably
Nitro?
harvesting.
Come on, they're not getting money off
Yeah,
Nitro.
They're
There's no
probably
a
way.
lot of
harvesting a
people,
ton of
a
data
lot
from
of people have
people.
Nitro. A lot of people server boost.
Yeah,
it's
but
probably a
I don't know. I
CIA.
can't imagine.
It still
They're
costs a lot
making
of
bank
money
off
to
Nitro.
host and stream video. So
Yeah, but like, what's like Snapchat, right? Snapchat for the longest time, it was it was a really really valuable company, and they were free and they didn't do anything. And you're like, why is Snapchat? And the reason why is just because of eyeballs. And then all of a sudden they introduced advertising to Snapchat. Because I remember before there was advertising on Snapchat.
What's eyeballs?
Eyeball, like the amount of people watching, like.
yeah, they're gonna probably introduce ads on Discord sooner or later.
Well, like when I was like in 10th grade or so, that is when Snapchat like sort of came out. It was like a big, everyone was like, "Oh, Snapchat," right? But that was
Well,
like,
yeah, I remember. Well, I used Snapchat before, and I
yeah. I
and I
mean,
do remember it was way different, and it is really
yeah,
annoying now when I don't
there used to be
use
no
it
ads,
except for like, yeah, I
and then
just
all of
use
a
it
sudden
to
they
like
introduced
send to
ads.
people I know.
I mean, I don't know how old you are, but like, what was this year? 2014? No, 2013
I
maybe.
used it in 2013
Yeah, that was when like it first came out, and
and
that's
2012, I think. Yeah, I used it when it came out.
and there was no ads or anything, but they were still
Yeah,
really, really like the company was
there
still
was
worth a
no
lot because of the
filters with
potential.
the. There was no like. I don't think there were like filters with the faces.
Yeah, there wasn't what it used to be. I remember it used to be you could see like the three people your friends would text the most.
You also didn't have unlimited time.
What do you mean unlimited time?
Like when you sent a snap, it was limited every time.
It still is like that. What do you mean? Like it gets deleted after
So
like
you
10
can
seconds?
put it on you can put it for unlimited.
Well, yeah, I guess you can set it to, but yeah, I mean the main point is always
Yeah.
like sexting and
You
nudes. I
couldn't
guess
do that
would,
before.
yeah. Yeah, I mean now it's ridiculously marketized. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's annoying.
but, I mean, if you want free stuff, that's what you're gonna have to put up with. So I'm just wondering, is Discord? What's Discord gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, my opinion is that Discord is probably run by the CIA for the express
Yeah.
purpose of spying on stuff just like this. You know,
Yeah, I
because
mean-
no one else is going to know what we're saying here.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
literally doing a podcast that we're recording.
Kyle, shut the fuck up!
I do understand what you. Yeah, like I understand what you mean. I mean,
But,
maybe
yeah.
it's not like, listen, maybe the people that own Discord, they're not like CIA, you know? But CIA
know
fund it. They fund it.
Well, CIA did fund. You know,
So
they
they
funded.
get info.
You know, Tor, the
Like
Yeah,
they get
they
something
thingy,
back.
they
Yeah,
funded
you know
that.
what I mean? They get
Yeah.
something back
They
for
also funded
the
Signal
funding.
too.
Yeah, you know why they
Which
funded Tor
supposedly-
though, right?
Well, they wanted
They
to
got like they had a way to get into Tor when they got all those people down.
Well, they
They
wanted
had
to.
they had a way for all the people's
Well,
identities to be leaked.
DARPA made Tor, right?
for countries like China and like Iran, where like they
How could
wanted to
they,
get internet
after all the
membership.
time Tor was anonymous, suddenly the CIA, FBI people, suddenly they could get people's identities from Tor, you
I
know?
mean, the whole internet's like been funded by the U.S. government for like
the whole time.
it's like an op, sort of. You know, it's like it kind of is like a sort of weapon thing. You know.
Yeah, because Tor exists to provide dissidents with the ability to be anonymous and do anonymous things on an
Oh, the
anonymous
Tor
internet.
was made by the U.S. Navy. That's why.
Oh yeah, U.S. Navy. There we go, not DARPA. And
Yeah.
so however, in order for however, the reason they did this was so that they could have a communications
secure.
network, yeah, that is secure. However,
Oh,
if you have a communications network that's secure across the entire world, then
It makes
if you're the
spying
only
really
one
hard.
using it, if you're the only one using it, then it makes it difficult for you to hide because then they know when you're talking and where you're talking from. So if they release
like
it to the
there's,
public, like GPS, then that makes it more
you
difficult to
can
take down
actually
because it has
stumble
uses.
you can stumble upon CIA by going on Tor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
there's a
people
book.
talking to each other.
I don't know if you guys have read it, but I recommend it. It's by Yasha Levine. It's called Surveillance Valley, and it's about like how the internet was basically funded by the CIA and the U.S. government, and how like it's been used as like a as sort of a weapon of.
But
'Cause
is
the
this
reason
like a
it was
documentary
no, it's a
you're
book.
talking
It's a
about?
book.
Book.
Because
Okay.
the whole Arab Spring they used.
I'll link it. I'll link it in the chat. But sorry to everyone
Yeah.
else listening, and you can't see the chat.
Well,
but,
I'll put it in the description.
oh, nice. But yeah, basically the U.S. government, because this was like in the '60s, like in the Vietnam era, and they wanted to a sort of like a decentralized sort of communications thing where they could, use for nuclear war or whatever, and also to analyze like data. They were doing like counterinsurgency and how to like they wanted like a big data analysis thing. So they funded the internet. And like in
Yeah.
the '90s, it sort of got taken over by like libertarians and was like, oh, this is internet, this is free from government overreach or whatever. But like the whole thing was sort of a scam. It was sort of the whole thing was internet from the beginning was sort of like a weapon to be used like at for the uses of the U.S. government. I'll link it.
Yeah, it was
that's
it's a
like
it's
I've
a
never
hardwired
heard of this, so this is like kind of like
it's a
great
hardwired
book.
communications
it's
network
new.
that is very difficult to destroy.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
like
link
if we had a
the,
nuclear war, the internet would still survive in some capacity.
I mean, that's the thing though, because also like one thing I like to think about is like just how physical it's like it's all literal physical wires.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hard to. That thing fucks me up. I can't think about that. Like, how?
Right.
Like, how can we transfer like so much information, like images and shit?
It's all
How
physical, like
could people
Discord.
come up with it? How did they come up with it?
It
How
started
did
out
they get
as
There's a
fucking
place,
idea?
physical place somewhere where
Sorry.
Discord, all its servers are located. And like it's not like people think of the
Ooh.
cloud, like it's all just but like it's very
I
physical.
mean,
Like,
it's easier to imagine when you think about computers and how computers work.
Well, you could think about how it started. Like the internet started basically as two computers talking to each other from like some distance away.
With wires, like a USB.
Yeah, with wires. And do what?
Like a USB.
I like a USB.
I
Yeah.
guess.
You
But
send
they would use like
information.
phone wires, literally
It's two
just phone
wires
wires.
connected, yeah.
Yeah, but
Because
like the what I'm saying is like you also transport information with like USBs, you know?
oh yeah, but that's not
Like
really the
maybe
internet.
it's kind of the same, it's just like a
That'd
really
be something
long one,
else.
and then they
Internet is
got
like
Wi-Fi.
wires.
Yeah, the internet's like wires and radio signals and
But like
stuff
it's crazy.
that.
Like you think about like every single data you send, it's not going to it's going like through physical wires to a physical server farm.
Or
You
it's
know,
or
like
it's
it's
being
Yeah.
transmitted through a physical fucking wall or something.
yeah, like this is all very like you think when people think about internet, they think about something sort of
Nebulous.
sort of floating around in the air. But it's
Yeah,
like
literally
this is all
nebulous.
very physical. This is there are wires, there are
Yeah.
server farms, there are all of this is
Well,
like
I know that part, but I would like to know I would like to know some things. Um with LAN, like does this require
LAN
satellites?
is like local networks. So like
Yeah.
you can
It
connect.
doesn't it doesn't
You can just
require
connect
satellites.
LAN,
No.
That
you
is
just connect your computers
Wi-Fi.
to each other.
LAN would literally. The
You
internet
don't
is
need
it's like
Wi-Fi.
LAN but everywhere,
LAN.
I guess.
Well, you know what Al Gore said, right?
No, but the internet is LAN. You can use the internet with the LAN wire
Well, what
without
LAN?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's all
Wi-Fi was invented later,
what
you
Al
know?
Gore said. The internet is a series of tubes, and he's kind of right about that. Like it is a series just of wires. It's just a bunch
Yeah,
of
but like
wires.
LAN is the same. LAN is that principle. It's
I
a
guess
wire.
LAN can have two meaning. Like I think of LAN, I think of like gaming because that's a lot of gamers use is
No,
LAN.
I'm saying LAN like the
No,
LAN,
no,
like the
I know what you're
internet
talking about.
connection.
Yeah, well, just a physical wire because
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
the
that's like
physical
physical wire.
wire internet.
But it's
Yeah,
like say
you
I'm
could.
talking to you. I'm talking to you in Denmark, right? So what I'm doing is my laptop is connected to the Wi-Fi, which is connected to the internet in my house. This is a wire which is going to a server, a Discord server, right? Which is then connected through a wire underneath the ocean. A physical wire. It's going to Denmark. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy to think
But
about.
how did they install these fucking wires way
Submarine.
better?
They had submarines and they just went down there and they made it.
It's so crazy.
Like it is. to think
Wouldn't you
about.
be able to like destroy the internet then?
Well, you could. I mean, someone could with
Just
if you
take a
go and splice the
submarine.
wire. Yeah, I mean,
Just
it's
take a fucking
possible.
submarine. That
Nobody
is
wants to do
insane.
it.
It's too far down. It's too deep.
Nobody wants to do it, but like
But
technically you
what if
could.
someone
Like,
was like crazy enough?
They
I
would
mean,
die
we
probably.
don't want them to do it. We can't give them
Well,
any ideas.
well, people can be willing to die.
But
People,
I think they would
But
Well,
use
there's
how do you
a
know if it's too deep?
there's a woman in I think Armenia.
If people have been able to go into the deep parts of like below every other part of the
no one's
ocean,
been to the deepest part of the ocean.
they have been
Yeah, trench there.
partially down.
No, I
They have
mean,
No,
not been
there was a
you can.
they
woman
have
in
not been all the way down because they would not be able to.
there's a woman like in Armenia, right? And she was like digging or whatever. She like searched things. What she did it was a job, and like she hit a wire by mistake and she cut off internet access to like the entire like Azerbaijan or whatever. because like
Well, they
because she
did
had like a
that.
one wire. I'm gonna look this up. Wait, I saw a video about this. I'm gonna find this.
Well,
Uh,
I've had this happen like several times. Where people would be digging and like building shit, and then they would fucking dig through the
There you
internet.
go.
And I'm
Yeah,
just like
Georgian
thinking,
woman.
like, are you stupid? Don't you know where the wires are? Like, what the fuck?
Here's the
Aren't you
article.
supposed to know where
It's
all
a
the wires are when you're digging? Like, aren't
well, yeah,
you
a woman.
like
No,
gonna electrocute yourself?
this
Like,
woman in
that's fucking
Georgia,
stupid.
like she went out digging for copper or whatever, and she cut off a wire,
Oh, she
and she
got the whole
basically
Armenia.
just took off entire Armenia because she hit the wire. And like they asked her, like I think they charged her, and she was like, "What's internet?"
Nice.
So you
Base.
gotta
I
be
wish.
careful,
I
I guess.
mean, maybe it was
I'm
like
jealous of that
also
woman.
like maybe it was like a valley and it was also like low, you know?
Yeah. I just don't think about internet in physical terms. One thing I like to think about internet like in very physical. You know, it's a very physical thing.
Well, the thing that makes me confused is the isn't the wires, I guess, and servers.
It's not. I mean, that's like the least confusing part of it. You know, because like when it's physical, you can understand it. You know, like it's not something that's
Yeah.
floating around the air. It's something real.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's
But I don't know, like it feels very physical inside you in a way. I mean, when you're looking into your screen is like a different world because you can go to places in your screen. And this screen is kind of like a physical world, you know? Because if you kind of like you can put it like it's places. Like when you go to this server, it's a place. And then you go to this website, it's a place. It feels much more than just like pictures or pixels, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like a realm. You can almost like make a space almost when you're looking at like one page with like this information. And there are like also sitemaps, so like people are actually able to like make maps of sites that make them easier to navigate.
Yeah.
I
So
think
like
it's just
it
one of
feels
humanity's greatest inventions. You know, this kind of
it's
connection
like
we have.
it's like a visual realm.
All right. Thanks for listening. We're on every major podcast forum, YouTube,
So
subscribe, whatever. Check out the Patreon.
it was so
Yeah,
incoherent.
great day. Bye.